time now to check in on a couple of stock picks with our next guest. We've got Aquiles Larrea, founder and CEO of Larrea Wealth Management. Aquiles, great to have you with us this morning. All right, let's talk about your picks. So we've got Palantir and Nvidia in focus. We'll start out with Palantir. Shares are a little bit higher in the pre-market today, but you'd seen shares lose some ground from those highs that we'd seen we'll say, in the not so recent past. Amid that drop, that had to do with obviously some worries about the impact from government cuts and they being a big segment of where Palantir gets its business from. So now it's grown, its commercial business, but government still accounts for a big footprint within the company. So why do you like Palantir now? Why are you constructive on Palantir?
Yeah, there's a lot with Palantir you want to know about. The first thing being, okay, we had the government cuts. That's affected the stock somewhat. Came down from about 115 or so. It's flirting right now with the 80s.
Not right below 90, basically.
Yeah, but more importantly is that they are uniquely positioned in their particular area of AI that we could see that stock be more than 115. As a matter of fact, I've been following this stock. I first recommended it last January here on this network
which
at 17,
very well last
17
year.
bucks.
Yeah.
It was at. So I foresee that we still have a lot more. Think about it, this sector is in its infancy. So there's a lot more potential opportunity here. But it's not going to be as fast because right now everything is starting to slow down in the sector. We're starting to see productivity come down. We're starting to see the economy pull back a little bit. So we could see the next target for this particular stock at about 100, 101 right now.
Let me ask you the question. So some critics say it has the growth story to its credit. It did very well in its last earnings. And then the projections, their guidance was better than what the street was looking for. At the same time, there's often this question about the valuation. It has a very high valuation. What do you say to, is there enough momentum behind it to justify the valuation?
Oh, I don't think we're going to justify the valuation as of yet, simply because the stock's been growing at an exponential pace, and we need to have some sort of regression to the mean. We needed to have this pullback in the stock because it was just going up, up, and up, and that's not going to bode well for investors at this particular time. But I think if you hang in there and you have a long time horizon, my typical picks are going out anywhere between 12 to 18 months. So I could see that 101 to 105 price in the 18-month time frame. It's not an unrealistic. I think it'll be actually faster with Nvidia than it will be with Palantir, but we'll get to that.
I was just going to say that's an excellent pivot because I just checked in on where Nvidia sits now. It's just above 120. It's indicating higher in the pre-market, which is different than how we're seeing futures trade right now. I mean, it has had a significant growth story, but it's certainly probably breaking the hearts of some investors recently. Is it just that the growth is not as fast? Is this all a part of the concern with tariffs? How do you look at Nvidia now?
Yeah, you have to actually pull back a little bit your expectations on this stock. You're not going to have those wild move to the upsides that we saw before. It's actually becoming quite a growth story, but albeit a slower growth story at this point. You're still going to make a nice move to the upside. You're going to get your double-digit increase, but you are not going to see it as fast. I'm still looking for 14 to 18% on the upside in an 18-month time period, but in a 12-month, I wouldn't be surprised if this stock is 10 and above percent on the upside. I also believe that this company is doing something, even though you're seeing these deep seeks of the world coming at them, they have enough cash position to go and buy their two largest competitors if they wanted to. And that says a lot about them. The fact that they grew so much in terms of market capitalization is another thing. That slow and steady wins the race in this game when it comes to AI. Once again, in the infancy. Computation, all the like, they're just putting numbers out there that you couldn't imagine just 5 years ago. So that's another advantage that they have. But once again, that cash position they have, good move to the upside.
Strong cash position, strong balance sheet. Some would argue it's a fortress balance sheet. Do you think the market has been underestimating Nvidia's potential, and it's just been, kind of a overall risk-off tone, and they've suffered as a result?
I think it's been an oversold condition at this particular point. It was oversold, and then it started consolidating back and moving back to the upside with the market. But I think it was a completely overblown reaction to something that most people, most investors do not understand, do not see the potential of it.
Look, give me a 30-second thought on tomorrow. We're going to hear from Jensen Huang. He's doing a keynote speech at a major conference in the AI space. What are you looking to hear?
We're looking to get more confidence in the company. Not necessarily that we have new solutions or anything, but just that he would agree that this was an oversold condition and that the company is fundamentally sound. Great board of directors and great move to the upside, potential coming. Hang in there.
All right, Aquiles, thank you so much. That's Aquiles Larrea, CEO and founder of Larrea Wealth Management. Thank you so much.